Okay, I would require all of you to start your camera for a minute so that I can take the attendance and then you can off your cameras. So Soham, you said that you will be traveling to the site. Did you travel or you are doing it from home? You're not audible, Soham.
Hello,
Ah,
am I audible, sir?
yeah, yeah, clear.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I just reached at the resort, so I'm attending from the
Okay,
resort only.
okay, great, great, great. Thank you, no problem. How is the climate over there? I mean, you can give us the update on the status over there.
Okay, can I
Is it raining?
show you?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is
please, please.
rainy. It is rainy, but not that much.
Okay, then it's great. Okay, 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 okay. It is raining in between, right?
Yes, it is raining in between.
Okay, okay. Just keep us posted on the group in case, just to know. Because anyway, I'll be calling the manager over there to check the status and all. Because we will require the status on day 3, day 4, in fact.
Okay.
Our flying will happening on day 4. So we still have 2 3 days in between. So we know how the climate will change and all. Okay. Okay, thanks, Shom. Shubham, can you on your camera? Thanks, Shubham. Uh, let's take the attendance. I need to take a screenshot. Okay. Thank you now. If you want, you can put off your camera. I will start. Let me know once you see the screen.
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay. Okay, let's start. So, welcome to Bombay Flying Club, DGCA Remote Pilot Certificate course. This is a drone pilot course for small class rotorcraft and VLOS category. Okay, so these are the things what we'll learn more about in detail. Before we start, let's have the small introduction about ourselves and the company. So, I will start with the Bombay Flying Club. Bombay Flying Club actually is a very premier organization which was established in 1928. So Bombay Flying Club stands as India's premier aviation institute, recognized and approved by Director General of Civil Aviation, New Delhi. We have been offering comprehensive trainings in ground flying and aircraft maintenance engineering. So primarily Bombay Flying Club, as you know, it is a birthplace of aviation in India. BFC has a very rich history and has played a pivotal role in shaping the aviation landscape of the country. So you see maximum people who have passed out from or been part of the initial Air India, Indian Airlines, and all those initial uh, airlines has been, the pilots has been trained at the BFC location. It is basically the renowned late Mr. JRD Tata, the father of Indian aviation, whom we called, was the first to obtain the pilot license in February 1929 from the esteemed organization that is our Bombay Flying Club. As you know, it is located at Juhu Aerodrome, and we still have our own hangars also over there, where those training aircrafts have been parked and been flown from Bombay Flying Club location to Dhule. Currently, our most of the training doesn't happen in Mumbai, but it happens in Dhule location because Mumbai airport is very busy airport and there are a lot of commercial activities happen. So in that between, flying the training pilots and other things, it's a little bit risky and challenging. That's why the flying base has been now shifted to Dhule, because Dhule airport is also under Bombay Flying Club, and we operate through that, and that is being maintained and managed by Bombay Flying Club. So we have their hostel services, we have all sorts of services which is required to run a club. Bombay Flying Club has set up over there, and we are almost training 120 plus of pilots each year from the organization. Okay, so it is renowned for our profession. We train crew who now serve as a captain, engineers for leading domestic and international airlines such as Indian Airlines, Air India, Sahara, Jet Airways, Singapore Airlines, Emirates, along with thousands of private pilots and engineers. Like a lot of people who does, and then they go and further join other organizations and there. So almost across the world, we would say that we have our own pilots who have been trained at Bombay Flying Club. Okay, so as I said, the aviation started in India from Bombay Flying Club. So that is the first organization we started, or birthplace of aviation. Similarly, for the drone perspective also, we were the first FTO in India approved to conduct drone flying. So almost 2018, 2019, we started the drone flying activity in Mumbai. Okay, so we are the first FTO, the flying training organization, who got the permission to start drone training. Okay, so Bombay Flying has always been in the forefront in aviation activities in India, approved by the Director General of Civil Aviation. Okay, so our motto is very clear: change is the only constant in life. One's ability to adapt to those changes will determine your success in life. That is what we always believe. That is the reason why recently also earlier, as I said, that our aviation base is at Dhule, and we are doing a lot of training over there. And flying aeroplanes means that you can't fly drones, or you cannot take off your drone. So that was the challenge what we are facing over there, and hence last year we decided that we'll have a separate base for our drone flying. And from Dhule, we moved from Dhule to a new base which is nearer and closer to Mumbai. So that's why we have changed our location into 2024 at Igatpuri. Okay, this is a very serene location, completely in a green zone. So you will never have a problem, because Dhule airport was coming under red zone, and every year we need to renew. Again, when the aeroplanes were flying, we cannot fly drones, and when drones were flying, aeroplanes cannot fly in those locations. So that was a big time consuming for both of the activities, and it was actually eating each other's schedule. So that's why we shifted from Dhule to Igatpuri. So that's what we say: change is the only constant in life. Okay, so we decided to change. There was a discussion happening back and forth whether we should continue at Dhule or not continue at Dhule, or whether we should move to new base and all the things. Since new base needs a complete new setup, complete everything to be set up, and plus then you need to have a ground dedicated only for flying the drones. You can't have anything else into that particular location also. And that requirement from DGCA was a huge requirement, as per the requirement to set up a new FTO at that location. But then we took the decision in 2024 July, and we started working on it, and it took almost us for 5 months to get the infrastructure set up ready, everything, and work with DGCA to get it approved. So getting it approved also is one of the challenges over there, because working with closely with DGCA on their norms are very, very stringent, and we have to make sure that every line item is been satisfied, and then only we get the approvals. Okay, so that's how we started in December our operations back at Igatpuri now. So last 5 months we have been continuously training students at Igatpuri base. Okay, so why we join drone remote pilot certificate course at BFC? Because we have a very good training what we have started like today. Then we have a simulator flying, one day one-on-one practical flying. So individually all of you will be flying the drones on your own. Okay, I will be training you on that level, that where you will be able to do things on your own. It's not that you are flying and somebody is flying and you are seeing it. It's not. When somebody is flying also, that time also you will have your own learning sessions, but you will be flying, you will be doing your own sessions of flying. Okay, so whatever things you learn in a simulator session, you will be replicating same in the real scenario over there. So you are solo flying. You, most of the time you will be doing solo flying, though it is mandatory by DGCA that you have to do a dual flying. Okay, so but we focus more on getting students do their solo flying more. Okay, so that is what again then instrument flying, emergency procedures. So we'll be focusing more on these aspects of what we called as more of emergency procedure. Because see, when you're normally flying aeroplane, when it is flying, you do not have to worry much about it. But the real capability of a pilot comes when there is an emergency or thing. Then he should be knowing what are the parameters, what are the things, what are the configurations available to make sure that you come out of that emergency. Recently, like when we were actually last batch, when we were doing it, last to last batch, I would say, when we were doing it at Igatpuri, that is the same day. I mean, when we just completed our first session and we returned back for a lunch and we heard that news of Ahmedabad. Okay, so it was very tragic, unfortunate for people. Pilot didn't get a chance to do anything because it's hardly a matter of seconds the plane had crashed over there. So he didn't even he calling out for help or support. He was not having time. Okay, so that is what criticality is there. Okay, but it was very unfortunate having such a seasoned pilot. He didn't get time to do or act anything into it. So that's very unfortunate, I would say, for him, right? But definitely, if he would have got a good time, he would have recovered from the crash and he would have brought the aeroplane safely to land, or maybe he would have done something to make sure that the damage would have been lessened up and all that things. Okay. Okay, so these are some of the pilot opportunities. What you can see, I think you will come up across this like agriculture, spraying, shipping, parcel delivery, mapping, land surveying, food supply, insurance claim, infrastructure, constructions, crowd monitoring, movie filming, military, wildlife monitoring, medical supply, disaster management, weather forecast, event photography. Just before I got late to start the class. Normally I start on time, or even before 10 minutes I start my session. You must have seen admin, I have opened the session already long back. Even I joined the session earlier, but I could not start up my session because I was on a call where there was one requirement coming similar to like recent yesterday. There was a event, I mean not event, at festival at Pandharpur. So there was a lot of drones were flowing over there, and crowd monitoring was done using the drones and all the things. So similarly, there was additional now new requirement has come up, and people wanted to set up CCTV setup as well as along with the drone surveillance and all that thing. So I was actually talking to one of the vendor for the some requirement. That's why I could not start the session. Do you think any other opportunities could be there apart from this? What you see? Do you think that anything what we could think about the opportunities in drone pilot? Do you see any additional opportunity? Anything new could be there apart from these opportunities? Any other opportunities can be thought about? Hello, I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, because you basically understand one thing. We need to have the session interactive, because if you participate in the this thing, then only we'll able to have this very effective. I mean, I'm not saying every now and then you just say things and all the thing, but I would say that you participate in whatever the question answer, whatever I want to understand. Because see, more we talk, more we connect with
Mama,
it will be very interactive for us, for both of us. So more and more things you can extract from me, more of things we can learn about us. Okay, so these are some of the opportunities,
Mama,
but there could be many more. Okay, which we'll be talking more often about this in next 5 days. Before that, I think I skipped my introduction slide. So this is about myself.
तो रिकॉर्डिंग लगा रहा हूँ तो फिर मैं
The accountable manager and the chief drone pilot instructor for you. Being a drone instructor and pilot for small, medium RPAS, as well as I was IT project manager. So I have been certified by DGCA drone instructor for pilot and small and medium RPAS. I have 22 plus years of experience in IT project management. I am PMP certified, PFMP certified, RMP certified. So in IT industry, I have almost spent, now it is almost 24 years, from which 12 years I have spent in Dell Technologies and 8 years in IBM, and then couple of years in Linux Technologies. That's how my entire IT career is there. In drone industry, actively in last 2 years, I have been working since our rules. If you see drone rules 2021 is just 3 years old. So now in this August, we'll be completing 4 years. Okay, so that is how we are old in the drone industry as a India as a perspective. I will give you a brief when we go into detail about how actually we evolved in the drone industry and where we are going to head in next 6 7 years, and we wanted to become a global hub for drone technology, which is our aim, and that is what the India is carrying as a vision. Okay, so I've been exposed to operations and training in agriculture, power line inspection. So I've done projects in agriculture as well as power line inspections. You will see a lot of examples when I'm teaching you about the different aspects. I will giving you examples with these sectors, especially from agriculture, power line inspections. Then I'm also DGCA type certified expert. So I give consultancy to the people for building the drones, designing the drones, building the drones, and testing them. So this is basically a type certification for your drones. From education perspective, I am MSc in physics from Bombay University, as well as currently I am doing my PhD. Though I didn't do my PhD in early years, because once I completed my MS in physics, I joined the IT industry since my more pull was towards my subject was microprocessor and microcomputers. So I was pulled towards more about the computer technology, and I joined the IT industry. And whatever the banking financials, top banks you think, SBI, Yes Bank, ICICI Bank, ICICI Bank, all the top banks, even NSE, National Stock Exchange, or NPCI, all those organizations, wherever you see their data centers, those data centers are being built by me and my team. Okay, so I was actually the part of those organizations projects through Dell and IBM. Also, there are premium organizations like L&T, or even in pharmaceuticals like Lupin Pharmaceuticals, Glenmark Pharmaceuticals, even in retail marketing like Shopper Stops and Hypercity, all this, even DMart, all this, whatever their IT runs in background, whatever the data center is been built, whatever the infrastructure is running in their data center is being deployed by me and my team. So I was leading those projects, I was handling those projects, being part of Dell and IBM organizations for almost 20 years. Okay, even you see Reliance Jio, 4G setup and 5G setup is being done by me and my team. So I was heading that projects also. So during the COVID, we did deployment of 4G entire setup across pan India. Okay, simultaneously, if you see Yes Bank, all the 4 data centers are being set up by me and my team. Okay, so that's how my technical background is, what I have carry in IT. Simultaneously, my interest goes from the aviation perspective since my childhood. So I was very enthusiastic into aviation industry, and I actually wanted to become a pilot, but due to some reasons I could not join. And then, as I said, after my MS in physics, I'm very interested in physics and astronomy. I have been interested in this. So I love doing astronomy as an events also, as well as activities, as well as study and all. Currently, I'm doing my PhD in computer science in geoinformatics, that is geospatial technologies, from Symbiosis International University, Pune. So I have just completed my coursework. So 6 months I have been doing my coursework for my PhD, and now we have a time next 6 months which I have to prepare my research proposal and submit and get it approved. Once it is get approved, then actually my research will start on that topic. So actually I'm doing my research on soil monitoring using drone technology. So basically right now, traditionally the soil monitoring is done very traditionally, like the farmer will collect the soil from the land, from different location in his land, and he will collect and give it to the laboratory, and laboratory will test it and give that report in 10 to 15 days. So that's what is the way traditionally the soil monitoring is done. But then that is very stringent, and timelines are very high getting those reports and getting the accuracy. And so we thought of improving the way the soil monitoring is done in our country by deploying drones. Okay, so drones where we'll be using multispectral, hyperspectral cameras, and also along with the IoT technology, which will be helpful for doing soil monitoring very fast and effectively. Okay, so that is what is the research what I am going to do. That is what final yet to be finalized possibly once I submit my proposal and all. Okay, so I also have developed RPTO proposals. So couple of RPTOs are been set up, like our own RPTO at Igatpuri was set up by me. So all the requirement, right from documentation to physical requirement, from getting the getting the drone purchased to getting them registered on the drone platform or DGCA platform, and then getting the entire setup, entire documentation. There is a huge documentation because DGCA requires a lot of documentation when you do anything. Like even you go for a designing a drone, it's not about designing a drone and making the drone and flying the drone, but there is a lot of documentation which is required, and most of the drones don't get certified because you do not have a proper documentation or reporting. Okay, so it's a huge requirement and very complex and very time consuming is there. So that is what is required. Similarly, for setting up the RPTO, remote pilot training organization, also requires a lot of documentations and a lot of compliance to be done before you approach the DGCA for audit and all the things. Okay, so if you are cleared in first or second audit, you are like our audit got cleared in the first itself. So that was, we were very lucky to get our audit because our documentation was very strong. Okay, we had made sure that whatever the auditor is going to ask, whatever the auditor is going to look into it, all those things were ready and we were ready for it. Only minor one or two things which were objected by the DGCA, which we got it rectified immediately. Okay, I will show you. I will practically show also what were the challenges and those things when we actually go on day 3 over there, and explain you what were the challenges when we faced during getting the authorization for flying this space. Okay, I am very passionate educator as well as mentor, simplifying complex drones and aviation concept. As I said, apart from aviation, I do astronomy and astrophotography as a hobby, as well as I do a lot of sessions around that topic. So most of the time, I just on 30th of June, I did one session at Nehru Science Center on the Asteroid Day program, where I have taken a session about the craters. I have talked about the top 10 craters in India and across globe. Okay, so last year I have given a session on space missions to asteroids. So like this, I keep on doing a lot of other things apart from the current engagement what I have with Bombay Flying Club. So committed to, like right now my focus is more on the drone technology and geoinformatics trainings and the next generation for UA and GIS profession. So we are also planning to start a GIS training or geoinformatics training in Bombay Flying Club also, along with other courses also short term. Okay, so we are already working with couple of other engagements and partners who will actually able to impart other type of trainings which are aligned with the drone technology. Okay, so that's what actually this slide should come after the what I spoke about my introduction. This is how our the schedule will be there. So we'll start our day 1 with the stakeholders and their laws and drone rules 2021. Then we'll have a break at 11:30, 11:45 max. Basic principles of flight, ATC procedures, radio telephony, fixed wing operations, aerodynamics, rotorcraft operations, aerodynamics, hybrid operations, and question answer session. So we'll wind up our session by 6 p.m. I mean, we'll try to stay within these timelines, but there might be little bit here and there. So I do not see the time as a boundary where I restrict myself of training. Okay, so I will be some topic might take longer time, some topic may complete fast and all the things, but we'll try to see how we can complete it more effectively and better, more and more what I can give it to you. That is what I would see. I am not bound by the time that okay, 1 hour ka session lena hai, so I will finish this in 1 hour only. It's not like that. Okay, so more and more whatever I feel to talk, you can also ask the questions from your side. Feel free to ask, raise the hand and ask the questions whenever I am talking or saying anything about the topic, which will be helpful for others also to learn. Don't hesitate about your question. It may look very silly, or maybe you may not be knowing what. Don't worry, and that's why we have this concept of pilot and co-pilot session also. Unfortunately, the 4th student could not join this batch, but we had planned for almost 6 people in this batch, but a couple of students didn't join due to their personal reasons. But normally what we do is, like, we always tag. Now since we have 3 people, no worries. Two people will become one team. Another, like, probably I will join the team, or maybe you can just shuffle among yourself as a, pilot, co-pilot. So you can make three people as a team also. So one person will be flying and two other people will be observing that person and helping him to learn and do things when you are actually doing the practicals. Okay. Simultaneously, when you are actually studying also and learning also, keep sharing whatever. If you have any questions, I will be also sharing lot of questions on the chat also, so which will make sure that you are prepared for your theory exam on day 3. So we'll be having a theory test on day 3 of 40 minutes. That's what you see, the last line item, final theory test, that is on day 3. Okay, which is of 40 minutes, which will have 30 questions, and you have to get at least 21 questions right. Okay, the passing mark is 70% over here. Ideally, from the DPCA, it is a very clear. Once you clear your theory, then only you are supposed to move into the next session, that is your simulator sessions. Okay, once you clear your simulator session, then only you have to go into the flying sessions. Okay, but we are sure, we know how we are training our students, and we'll make sure that you do things properly and you do things clearly. Okay, we'll give you enough time to learn. We'll make sure that whatever you are doing, see, basically this course is more about flying the drones safely and securely with all the rules and regulations. Okay, that is the motto of this particular course. That is why DGCA is calling this remote pilot certified course, which emphasize more on the safety, security, and the regulation follow-ups, compliance with the regulations. Okay, see, I would say that you all three would have flown the drones or may not have flown. Okay, irrespective of that, like, you could have flown drones, a toy drone or some other drone you would have flown, or you might have seen it. You might be knowing the flying of drones. Like, a lot of my students who are already veteran, they're already flying drones for 3 years, 6 years kind of things. And they have come and done the course with us, and they have told that after joining the course and completing the course, their perspective of flying drone has completely changed. Because, see, normally when I give you a controller in your hand and you will fly the drone, and the people who had flown the drones, like DJI drone is not actually flying the drones. Okay, it is not actual flying, because you are not flying, it is the system which is flying. It is very simple to fly a DJI drone. Anybody can fly a DJI drone. But when you come and fly our type certified drones, which is an agriculture drone or enterprise drone, you will see the complete perspective difference. Like, you might be good in driving a car, right? But if I give you a Volvo bus or a truck to drive, you will be worried how to drive that. It's not that you will not able to drive. You will drive, but you will be worried to drive. But if somebody is there to guide you and tell you how to drive it effectively and properly, it will be very helpful, because a lot of concepts would be very clear to you. All things must be knowing to you. But the instructor what imparts you training, that makes the difference to you to become a better pilot than a normal pilot who does on his own things. Okay, so that was the introduction about myself and the Bombay Flying Club. I would like every one of you to just one by one, you can give your intro. You just on your camera and give your introduction about yourself. What about your name, your location, your education, if you are working somewhere, about your working, and then what do you intend to get out from this particular course? Why did you join this course? You should need to be speaking about that online, so that I would like to hear more about it. Okay, so over to Soham.
Yes, sir. I'm Som Jangle. I'm from Bhusawal, Jalgaon,
Mm-hmm.
and my education is BSc Agri and MBA in marketing. Sir, I am audible.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, so I am working in my own shops. I have three shops of agriculture based, like pesticide, fertilizer, seeds. So I am here for drone training for agricultural drones for spraying fields. So my aim is to spray fields with drone.
Very good, very good. Good. So basically, after this course, you can learn more about the agriculture activities and all the things. Probably you can think about setting up your own agriculture entrepreneur business, where you can have drones, and you can lease them out, or you can set up your own services where you can hire more pilots and send them on the field to do the agriculture activities, spraying activities, seeding activities, and plus more. Once you get into this kind of, and already you have well versed with the pesticides and fertilizers required for the farm, so that will be an add-on information, and then you would be having a lot of connects with the agriculture people, cooperatives, societies, farmer societies, and all the things. So, which will definitely look forward for you to take a next leap or next jump into this segment. So, looking forward. I'm also eagerly looking forward from you, doing something good in this field. Whatever help, whatever support you required from our side, or I think we'll definitely look forward and help you in that extent. Yeah, thanks,
Thank you,
Shubham.
sir.
Uh, Shubham,
Yeah, am I audible?
yeah. Can you just on your camera?
Yeah, just a second. Am I visible now?
No, not yet. Now we can see.
Yeah. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Shubham Maurya, and by education, I'm a mechanical engineer. And after that, I've been with IIT Bombay and developing additive manufacturing technologies. That is 3D printing. You can say 3D printing. So with that, we develop the core technology. We do metal additive manufacturing, or do 3D printing with metal powder as well as wires, and we also do with ice, water. We freeze the water and do 3D printing with that also. We do with sand. We make molds out of it. We have done it with paper, and we obviously do with plastics and resins also. So that was my core inclination, because I'm a mechanical engineer, and after that, aviation or drones was one of my interests during my college also. So I've been an FPV pilot for past 3 4 years, 4 5 years, and at IIT Bombay, then I started developing large drones, like drones of all sizes, from mini drones from 100 grams up to 250 kgs of drone I've been developing and flying myself, and obviously with my team. And we are focusing on all sectors that can be like targeted with the drones, like surveillance, delivery, high altitude operations, wherever we need like to transport patients, or we need to transport medicines or organs, these types of applications, and for obviously for military applications also. So these are the kind of drones that we have already working on, and also implementing additive manufacturing technologies integrated with the drone technology. So yeah, that was about my background in brief. So the main reason I'm here is to obtain a license, just to like help me with my things that I'm doing, because I am able to fly inside the campus as it is an educational campus. But whenever we need to do operations outside or do tests outside in various weather conditions, there we face challenges because we need to hire additional pilots. So yeah, that is the reason.
Okay, great to know about that. You're already veteran into the drone industry, and you already built some drones, and you have been flying that. So you are currently in IIT Bombay only, or you completed your.
No, I'm at IIT Bombay, and actually for the past two and a half years I'm there and working on same projects.
Okay. So you are a student, or you are on some.
No, so I'm not a student currently, but yeah, I actually am, like I actually got an admit for masters at IIT Bombay, and the course will be starting soon. So
Okay, great. Good. So we have a lot of things to learn from you also and understand from you also. Everybody, others will also gain from it. So looking forward from you also about that, and feel free to ask the questions as you feel,
definitely,
whatever it is. So thank you, Shubham.
thanks.
Vasisht, over to you.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Vashisht Kaushik. I am currently residing in Thane. and I'm actually just 18 years old, so I will be going to college in 10 days or so now. Uh, and I'm an aspiring engineer. I'll be joining VIT. So my main intention for joining this course was exploring all the different avenues that are available in engineering, so I can better understand them and maybe develop new interests. And I've always had interests in drones and aeronautics as a whole concept because it's interesting. So I thought, why not join a course and get a first-hand experience? So that was my whole intention.
Okay, what stream you have taken in engineering?
I will be going for computer science.
Computer science, very good.
I want to explore more, just
Okay, okay,
expand my
definitely.
purview.
Yeah. So if you see aviation as well as the drone industry, this goes very much closely with all other technologies. Okay, it's not about only just flying, but flying requires, like as Shubham said, he's being part of mechanical. Okay, so you need knowledge of mechanical, you need knowledge of electrical, electronics, communication. Even now we are talking, the buzz is all about AI and all that things. So this automation goes. So automation is very longly used in aviation industry. You see the autopilot, what we talk, it's all about automation only, right? Without being pilot handling the entire functions of a flying aeroplane was there in aviation since almost like last 50 years, more than 50 years, I would say. So that is what all about AI only. So there are systems which have been built specifically for aviation or flying the aeroplane on its own. Okay, so if you see today, the bigger aircraft which have been flown, like Boeing or Airbus and all those more or less they are not been flown by pilot. Pilot is there because you need to have somebody as accountable, somebody to be there to monitor and see how, in case of any kind of criticality or emergency situation comes in, somebody can take it. Okay, we can't just simply rely, though we know that the systems are very robust and they can do it. In fact, if you see the commercial airlines where pilots, they are flying the aeroplane completely on autopilot mode, right from your takeoff, your normal flying to landing, everything is being managed by an autopilot. Okay, so AI is very much there in the aviation world from a very long time, but now you see the other industries are all adopting the AI, and because of this chat GPT and a lot of new tools which has come up after that, and it is a completely buzzword where everywhere we are talking about automation. Similarly also in drones, drone also took up more effectively because of getting it accessible for the people were able to get out of the drones, not only just for flying perspective, but then other industries benefiting other things, and the applications of the drones started more and more. The drones adoption and usage has become more and more into it. Okay, so thanks Vasisht for your introduction, thanks everyone for the introduction, and we will just start with our first session on the topic, that is stakeholders and their laws along with the drone rules 2021. So before I start,